At 81, Diana Ross names the 6 singers she hated the most. Diana Ross was born Diana Ernestine Earl Ross on March 26, 1944, in Detroit, Michigan. She grew up in a poor neighborhood called the Brewster Douglas Housing Projects in Detroit. Life was tough, but Diana had big dreams and always believed she would become a star one day. From the time she was little, she heard gospel music, rhythm and blues, and jazz all around her. These sounds shaped the way she would make music later. Her career started in the late 1950s when she joined a girl group called the Supremes. That group eventually became the famous Supremes. In 1961, they signed with Berry Gordy's Motown Records and became the most successful girl group ever. They were even as popular as the Beatles during the 1960s, with Diana as the lead singer. The Supremes had tons of hit songs, like Baby Love, Stop in the Name of Love, You Can't Hurry Love, and Where Did Our Love Go? These songs didn't just top the charts, they also helped break down racial barriers in America. The Supremes were the first black female group to become this massively successful with mainstream audiences. Diana Ross had a voice that was smooth, elegant, full of emotion, and easy to recognize anywhere. Her voice became the signature sound of Motown's golden era. In 1970, Diana started her solo career, which turned out to be just as amazing as her time with the Supremes. Her first solo song, Ain't No Mountain High Enough, showed everyone she could be dramatic, emotional, and powerful all at once. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, she released hit after hit. Songs like Touch Me in the Morning, Upside Down, and Endless Love became huge. Endless Love was a duet with Lionel Richie and is still one of the most loved love songs ever. Every song proved Diana could sing any style: pop, R&B, soul, disco, and even jazz. Diana's talent wasn't just in music. She also became a movie star. In 1972, she played the legendary jazz singer Billie Holiday in a movie called Lady Sings the Blues. Critics loved her performance, and she was even nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actress. That was a huge deal for a singer trying out acting. Later, she starred in movies like Mahogany in 1975, where she played a woman trying to make it as a fashion designer. She was also in The Wiz in 1978, which was a new version of The Wizard of Oz, and she played Dorothy. These roles showed she could do more than just sing. She was a complete entertainer. In 2006, Diana Ross released an album called I Love You, reminding everyone why she's still one of the best voices in music. This album wasn't just another project for her huge collection of music. It was a heartfelt celebration of love songs, done with the grace, passion, and style that only Diana could bring. The album came out in the United States and parts of Europe, so her fans on both sides of the ocean could enjoy it. Every song on the album had Diana's signature warmth and emotion. Some standout tracks were the sexy and soulful I Want You, her fun and fresh version of Queen's crazy little thing called Love, and the beautifully sad song Remember, which made people feel nostalgic and emotional. For fans, the album felt like a return to classic romance, but also showed Diana could still sound fresh and modern. Just 2 years later, in 2008, Diana was invited to perform at the Nobel Peace Prize concert in Oslo, Norway. This concert happens every year to celebrate the people who win the Nobel Peace Prize. Having Diana perform there showed she wasn't just an entertainer, she was an artist whose music spread messages of love, hope, and bringing people together. When she performed on that stage, she amazed the audience with powerful performances of her classic songs. She sang Where Did Our Love Go?, the Motown hit that made her and the Supremes famous, and the inspiring song Ain't No Mountain High Enough, which became one of her biggest solo songs ever. Her performance wasn't just about the music. It was a reminder that music can bring people together and show the strength of the human spirit. Then, in 2012, Diana showed her range and influence again when she appeared on the TV special Christmas in Washington. This holiday TV show had been on for decades and always featured the biggest names in entertainment. It wasn't just a Christmas show, it was a tradition that combined music, celebration, and national pride. Diana's performance on the show proved she still had that timeless charm and could connect with audiences of all ages. She lit up the screen with her elegance and her special ability to make audiences feel connected. No matter how old they were, this proved once again that her place in the entertainment world wasn't limited by time. Being part of the show reminded everyone that Diana wasn't just a music icon. She was a beloved cultural figure who could make any event feel more magical just by showing up. Diana Ross's personal life has been just as eventful as her legendary career, filled with love, joy, and family moments. She's been married twice and is the proud mother of 5 children, all of whom have been important parts of her life beyond the spotlight. Diana's experiences as a partner, wife, and mother show another side of her story, one that shows not only her strength as an artist, but also her dedication to family. Even while dealing with worldwide fame, Her first well-known relationship started in 1965 when she began dating Berry Gordy, the founder and CEO of Motown. This romance happened during the peak of the Supremes' success and lasted several years. It was passionate but also complicated because Diana was becoming more and more famous. Their relationship led to the birth of Diana's first child, Rhonda Suzanne Silverstein, in August 1971. At that time, Diana was already a global superstar, trying to balance her career with the excitement and challenges of being a new mom. Just 2 months into her pregnancy with Rhonda, in January 1971, Diana married a music executive named Robert Ellis Silverstein. Even though Silverstein knew Berry Gordy was Rhonda's biological father, he fully accepted her as his own daughter and raised her with love and devotion. Just like he did with the daughters he and Diana had later, Diana and Silverstein appeared as a united family, giving Rhonda a stable and loving childhood. For years, Rhonda called Gordy Uncle BB, a nickname that showed she didn't know he was actually her biological father. It wasn't until she was 13 years old that Diana told her the truth, explaining that Gordy was her real father. That moment was a turning point in Rhonda's life. It helped her understand who she was while also strengthening her relationship with both Gordy and Silverstein, who continued to be a loving father figure. During her marriage to Silverstein, Diana had 2 more daughters. Tracy Joy Silverstein, who later became known as Tracy Ellis Ross, was born in 1972. Chudney Lane Silverstein was born in 1975. Tracy went on to become a famous actress, producer, and fashion icon. Best known for her roles on TV shows like Girlfriends and Blackish. Chudney chose a different path, working in education, writing, and running her own business. But she still carried the creativity and determination that her mother was known for. These years were busy as Diana balanced her demanding career with raising young children. However, by 1977, Diana and Silverstein's marriage ended. They kept co-parenting with respect and stayed committed to their children. Almost 10 years later, Diana started a new chapter in her personal life when she met a wealthy Norwegian businessman named Arne Næss Jr. in 1985. They quickly fell in love and got married the next year. By marrying Næss, Diana became part of a blended family. She became a stepmother to his 3 older children, Katinka, Christopher, and folk singer Leona Næss, who later became a successful recording artist herself. Diana embraced this role with warmth and kindness, creating strong bonds that showed her caring nature and her ability to bring people together. Diana and Næss also had 2 sons together, Ross Arne, born in 1987, and Evan Olav, born in 1988. Both sons inherited their parents' creative talents. Ross Arne works behind the scenes in entertainment, and Evan became a singer and actor. Adding these boys added new happiness to Diana's life, balancing her status as an international superstar with the deep joy she found in being a mother. Diana and Næss stayed married for many years, but in 2000, their marriage ended after newspapers reported that Næss had a child with another woman in Norway. Finding out about this put a lot of stress on their relationship and eventually led to divorce. Even though their separation was difficult, Diana kept her dignity and continued to put her children first, showing once again how strong she was when facing personal challenges. At 81 years old, Diana Ross, one of the most celebrated and influential singers in music history, shocked many fans during an honest interview. She openly named 6 singers from her era and beyond that she admitted she never really liked working with or competing against. Known for being elegant, graceful, and always careful about her public image, Diana has usually been diplomatic in interviews and tried to avoid drama. But as she looked back on her long career from her rise with the Supremes to her solo success to becoming a cultural icon, she revealed that even the most polished stars had private frustrations, rivalries, and disappointments. Speaking very honestly, she said, "At this point in my life, I don't feel the need to hold back. I've had a long career. I've seen so many ups and downs, and I think it's fair to admit that not everyone in this business was my favorite. There were 6 singers in particular that I really just didn't care for." The first name Diana mentioned was Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul. For decades, people had heard